I don't think that this was on anyone's bingo card for today. This morning, Disney announced that they are building a brand new theme park, their 7th in the world, to compete with Epic Universe, right? Well, not quite. This new Disney park will be in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. Let's go over what we know about this brand new park, and I'll share some of my own personal thoughts. Okay, so first let's go over on what is actually being officially announced. Disney will be building a brand new resort in Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. This is a leisure island that already houses places like Warner Bros. World and Ferrari World, as well as some other tourism offerings. Though the ideas of what the park contains are sparse at the moment, they did drop some very vague concept art, as well as a potential castle idea, shot in the classic Disney movie format with the shooting star. One thing they did announce with this resort is that it will be fully funded and developed by Miral, Abu Dhabi's leading creator in immersive destinations and experiences. This will be a very similar setup to what they have in Tokyo with the Oriental Land Company, which technically owns the park and then Disney just licenses out their property. Is this a good thing? Well, it just means all the funding for it comes from Miral and Disney just gets to reap the revenue that comes from it per their agreement that they'd have. Imagineers will still lead the creative design and operations to give us the Disney experience that we know and love at all of their other resorts. This resort will connect travelers from the Middle East, Africa, India, Europe. It's actually said that this is a 4-hour flight from 1/3 of the world's total population. One other tidbit that Josh D'Amaro, chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts, for now, and we'll touch on that later, has announced is that this will be the most advanced and interactive destination in Disney's whole portfolio. Reading between the lines, this means that Miral, like the OLC in Japan, will probably funnel billions into this, leaving no expense for the best experience possible.
I think it's imperative for us to bring these new experiences to the region and the world. And of course, we're not going to compromise on quality. We're going to make sure that what we built here in Abu Dhabi is going to be special and is going to create everlasting smiles and memories for every visitor to come here.
They also announced that this resort will hold a theme park, themed accommodations, and dining and retail experiences. So there's the cold hard facts that have been released about this new resort from this morning. Now, let's chat. I'm going to give you some of my pure, unfiltered opinions about all this, and I would love to hear yours as well. Leave me a comment about your thoughts on this, what opinions of mine that you agree with, what you disagree with, and just what your thoughts are overall on this huge announcement. First, and this was my very first thought when I read this information this morning, isn't the UAE famously known to be against gay people? And the answer is yes. It's actually illegal there to engage in homosexual activity, and illegal to the point of imprisonment. As a gay man myself, I try to keep my travels to places that won't put me in prison for being who I am. Disney, a company that prides itself on its inclusivity, has now chosen to build a theme park in a location where a large portion of its fan base cannot go. I've been chatting with a bunch of you on Instagram about this, and everyone kind of seems to have the same sentiment. Why would Disney do this? Well, to put it briefly, money. Miral is going to be funding this project, and Disney just gets to reap the benefits from it and the revenue without having to put up funds. I mean, who could ask for a better deal than that? It expands their brand into a whole part of the world that is technically Disney desolate at the moment. So why wouldn't they want to build there? Not saying I agree, I'm just saying Disney listens to money. It is kind of funny, though, that over stateside, they have gone so far to remove anything from the parks that's even potentially culturally or personally insensitive to appease the masses. But then overseas, when it doesn't come out of Disney's pocket, well, who cares? People have also been asking, why didn't they build another park in America, or Australia, or even a 5th gate in Orlando? And the answer, again, comes down to money. Without an investor in there, Disney would have to foot the bill for a brand new park. And as we can see with their current American parks, they don't want to spend money that they don't have to. My opinion, we actually don't need another Disney park in Orlando. I want them to expand and utilize the space that they currently have at their 4 parks to increase capacity and return to the highest level of guest satisfaction possible. I don't want to have a new Disney park. I want them to fully utilize the space of Animation Courtyard and to actually go through with the refurb on Spaceship Earth and to refurbish Tomorrowland. The next decade will see some vast improvements in Walt Disney World, with Tropical Americas, Monsters Inc. Land, and the new Cars Land coming to Magic Kingdom. But I don't want them to get rid of other stuff. I want them to expand, not replace. Also, with this new park coming from Moral, and with the interview that their owner gave this morning, it sounds like they will spare no expense on this park. And my guess is that it will be a very expensive park to visit. I don't think Disney and Moral are looking to have a very high capacity park here. I think they're looking to create a very executive experience for the wealthy inhabitants of that part of the world. They want to make bank, not some inclusive family-friendly area. Do I think that's right, or that it aligns with Walt's vision of what Disneyland was supposed to be? Of course not. But business is business, and Iger plays to the shareholders. Speaking of Iger, one last thought about this announcement. Iger loves to build up his legacy. He prides himself on his acquisitions of Pixar, of Lucasfilm, of Marvel, and of course on building the new park out in Shanghai in 2016. This will be a great bookend to his career to end with one last mega deal under his belt. But you know what else it does? It sets up future CEO Josh D'Amaro with a huge career-starting achievement to get him off the ground running. Yes, I believe that this announcement from the two of them is kind of a way to soft launch the idea of Josh D'Amaro becoming the CEO of the Walt Disney Company at the end of this year. Iger is lining him up to have these huge accomplishments so that when it is announced, the shareholders will love it. The perfect swan song for Iger and a big entry for D'Amaro. Do I like the idea of Josh D'Amaro as the next CEO? Honestly, no. I'm sure he'll be fine, but I personally feel like he's just Iger Jr. If it were up to me, I'd have Michael Eisner back. I don't care that he's pushing 85. He was a visionary that put creativity first, and that is what the parks need right now. I want more control given to the Imagineers, more original ideas for rides and lands, and more money given to them to create and innovate. We know they can do it. Just look at Epic Universe, which was created from some former Imagineers that Disney let go and Universal scooped up. I just don't think D'Amaro has that creative freedom in him to reinvigorate the program. He's too corporate. But there you have it. Those are my thoughts on this huge announcement from Disney this morning. Please let me know your thoughts. What do you think about this new resort coming to Abu Dhabi? And what do you think about the next Disney CEO coming in very soon? Do you agree with my thoughts, or do you have other ideas? I'd love to hear from you. As always, follow me at Canuck Park Hopper on Instagram for more theme park fun, and I'll see you in the next one.